Good morning. I welcome you all at PTE Tutorials Assess Group. I'm Shruti, your PTE coach. Today I would discuss the important and generally asked questions in the answer short question type task, which is the last part of your speaking module in this exam. I will discuss that how to tackle answer short questions in PTE-A exam. If you have any query, you can post your query in the question box in the end of the webinar. I would try to answer your queries at my best. Just one question to you all. Am I audible to you? Anyone can send a message. Say yes or no. Okay, thank you so much. So let's begin. Before I start, I want to apologize. I'm not well today. Uh, Cold and sneezing. So in between, somehow if I cough, I'll mute myself. So please be there and have patience. Thank you so much. Sorry. Answer short questions is the last question of your speaking module. What will happen in this question type? You will listen to one audio. In that audio, you will listen one question. And in that audio, speaker will ask one general question. It is not necessary that the question will be raised from one particular field, just like always it will be from science field, always it will be from mathematics field, like that. No, it can be any question, any general question, and you have to answer that question. There can be uh, different things that in the question, the speaker can ask. I have categorized here the question types in two parts. Number one, when you get a simple audio. Now, in the simple audio, when the speaker will be asking you about question, number one, it can be without options. It means you just have to provide the answer in one or couple of words. The second type is sometimes the speaker may ask you the question by giving the options. So with options and without options, only audio will be there. Then comes audio with an image. I have written here n number of types of images that in those images you can have pie charts, flow charts, tables, scientific diagrams, any random picture, any living or non-living organisms picture can be there, or they can give you one picture related to the comparison between two images in itself. Then before you provide your answer, you need to keep some points in your mind. What those points can be. Earlier, even till the last year, July month, this was the case that in answer short questions, when you listen to the question, after that there was one beep, and the moment beep disappears, then you start speaking. But now this is not the case. There will be no such beep that you will listen in this question. Yes, no beep after the completion of the question. Second question that generally students ask, when should I answer the question? See, some people say just start speaking when you see the word on the screen recording. I would say don't speak at that time because you have to speak at that time when after the word you see recording, one bar will appear on the screen in the time bar line. The moment you see the very first bar, you have to speak immediately. Why I'm saying this thing? Because sometimes when we see the word recording, not at on the only at the that time, one bar will appear. It will take a little bit, just you can say 1/10 of a second. It takes time, 1/10 of a second. Just you can say microsecond. The software will take when the bar appears on the screen. So what will happen if I start speaking when I see the word recording? My first one or two words will not be captured by the software. And the same thing you also have to do throughout your speaking module. Not only for this answer short question type only I'm saying here. No. From read aloud, repeat sentences, describe images, retell lectures, and answer short questions. For all these 5 tasks, you have to follow the same thing. The moment you see the very first bar on the screen, start speaking immediately. Now, another thing, don't take longer pauses when you are speaking or when you're just going to speak something. If you take a pause of more than 3 seconds, yes, microphone will be automatically it gets off. So what will happen? And one more thing, it gets off for only and only in that question. And when you press next, another question will be there again. A microphone will be on. It doesn't mean that for rest of the question your microphone will remain off. No, nothing like that. But why to waste our precious time, as well as why to take the risk of the scores? Don't take much time and just start speaking immediately when you see the very first bar on the screen. Now the scoring. As per the PTE score guide, you people get scores for the following skills. Number one is your speaking, second is your listening, and third one is your vocabulary. I want to say here one thing. +1 score will be there if you give the correct answer. And if there is no, you gave the incorrect answer, it means that 0 score will be there. Minimum score will be 0. It will not be -1 or something like -2 for two incorrect answers. There is no negative marking. So this is a plus point. It means we can, if we are not aware of the question's answer, we can speak any word in that case, just to speak something into the microphone. That's it. But don't assume that in that case you would get the benefit of saying any word from anywhere. Now the question is, this +1 goes to which module? Before I explain that thing, generally we have this thing in our mind. Answer short questions carry only 1 mark. I'm not going to prepare it. We have this thing in our mind. See, when a person is targeting for 79 plus means you have to prepare yourself for each and every question type, whether that question carries +1 or +10. Equally importance they both have. Reason being, for one question it is having +1. In the last slide, what I have written there, speaking, listening, vocabulary. All those question types become so important in Pearson exam because they carry intervened module scores. From one task you may get 2, 3 skills score. That's why they become important. Another thing, from this question type, +1 for one question, you can get 10 to 12 questions. Suppose I got 10 questions. It means +10. And +10, in which module I will get that score? +10 will be going for speaking, +10 will be going for vocabulary or say listening. Now listen to me very carefully. Those +10 scores will be actually going to your listening module, not to your speaking module. Reason, In this question type, you give either one word answer or a couple of words. And the software cannot predict this thing that after uttering one word or couple of words, say three, four words, two, three words, software cannot say this thing that the person was fluent. Yes, that's why from this question you can never get fluency score. And fluency is the main enabling skill of your speaking module. Then what is left? Left is your pronunciation, which is the part of your speaking module, as well as on the basis of correctly and clearly pronounced word, your answer, you get your listening score. The moment you will speak the correct and clear word, correct and clear answer, you get the pronunciation score. And that pronunciation score +1 for that particular question, you get it for your listening. The moment software understands the speaker, the test taker has said this word and it is the correct clear answer, and immediately in the answer list of the software, your spoken word will get highlighted and you will get the credit for pronunciation. The moment you get the credit for pronunciation, that is equal to your +1 score that will be going to your listening module. Another important thing, vocabulary is also there. Now, how much score I'll be getting for vocabulary enabling skill? Suppose I gave all 10 correct answers as I got only 10 questions. I'm not saying that full +10 will be there for your vocabulary enabling skill. No, some percentile will be already set in the software that from each question, say from +1, you are getting from one question, giving the correct answer. After that, you will be getting at least maybe zero point 0.5 score of that, maybe 0.2, maybe 0.4 from each question. So I can take an average of 10 questions, maybe 2 to 5 marks you will be getting from answer short questions that will be going to your writing module further. Because vocabulary, this enabling skill is directly the part of your writing module. In any of the tasks of this Pearson exam, whenever you write something, vocabulary plays an important part and you get the score for vocabulary. And in your enabling skills on your score report, what happens? You see the bar of in enabling skills I'm talking about. Vocabulary is there. The scores that you earn for vocabulary, their percentile further, again their percentile is being added to your writing module. Sometimes we get stuck at 78 in writing and 4 or 5 questions of answer short question I didn't give the correct answer, means I was not aware of the correct answers. Any of the case can happen in the exam. So in that case, what would happen? Definitely my score will be down. Not for only vocabulary means writing module. It will be down for also listening module. But it will not put a single effect on your speaking module. 100% correct about this. People are there who have skipped even 5 questions for speaking module, for this answer short question, sorry. So still they are able to achieve 90 in pronunciation, 90 in fluency. Reason? Again, this is a percentile game, and from this question type, sorry, from this question type, you don't get the score for fluency. Again, one more reason I want to present here. You know what? Whenever, if I'm speaking in a flow, you will say, Shruti was fluent. But when I speak only one word throughout my lecture, or say 2, 3 words, can you say this thing the person was fluent? You cannot. In the similar way, software has one thing in itself, inbuilt, that is called words per minute. When a person sends his or her audio clip for read alouds retail lecture in PT tutorials Telegram group, there we have 10,000, almost 10,000 people are there. Many tutors are also there. People ask this question, ma'am, my fluency was okay or it is not okay. Me and other tutors, they say that, okay, fluency is okay, fluency is not okay. We don't have any software to predict, to give the answer for this question. Just by listening, we can predict this thing that, okay, the person was not fluent, he or she was taking unnecessary longer pauses when he or she was speaking for read aloud, repeat sentences, read a lecture, blah, blah. But the thing is, software is not going to predict something. That it will first listen to something and then it will say that, okay, the person was fluent or not. No, definitely some set of rules, formulae will be there, and that formula is words per minute. I know this thing that you are not going to speak for any of the question type in speaking module for 1 minute, but software can take the average of that, and on the basis of that average, that have you spoken 120 to 150 words in your 1 minute? If it is, your range is lying in this range, then it is fine. Then you are not in danger zone. The moment you are speaking either less than 120 words per minute or more than 150 words per minute, you are in danger zone. That's why you have to be very careful. And one more important thing, fluency is not you don't get the score for fluency, only you get the score for pronunciation. Pronunciation score will be added to your listening part, and then from listening you get some of its percentile that will be added to your vocabulary, and further again some of the percentile of your earned scores for vocabulary enabling skill that will be added to your writing module. Though you don't write anything in this question type, but still you get the score for your writing module because of the presence of the scores of your vocabulary. Someone is saying, asking that he is not able to listen to me. Is it the case with everyone? Am I audible to all? Say yes or no. Okay, thank you so much, Kumar. I have discussed all these things again for a review. Plus one will be added to your listening score. Some of its percentile will be added to your vocabulary, again, which is further added to your writing. Yes, answer short questions have nothing to do with your speaking score. Then is how to speak. That's really very important question. There can have a number of questions people generally ask here. You generally have to give your answer in either one word or in couple of words. It depends upon the question, whether the question contains one word answer or the couple of words. Now I have written here some of the previously asked questions by the people who are actually giving this exam, and these particular questions are there in their mind. What if first I spoke one word wrong, then next word correct? The question was having only one word answer, but when I was speaking the very first word, I just spoke because of the fear of the exam, or initially I wasn't able to understand what the speaker was saying and asking. Then first word I spoke wrong, and immediately I got the answer in my mind and I said another word that was the correct word. Will I get the credit? See, you will not at all get the credit. Reason being, software has its own answers for this question type. So that's why we have to give the answer only for those words which are actually present in the answer list of the software. This is not a manual question type or manual exam where the examiner is sitting and he or she is listening, that whenever in your one word or say in 10 words you are going to speak that word which is actually the correct answer, you will get the credit. No, this is a software. It only gives you the score for correctly said words. That's it. And those are also the part of your in those are also the part of the answer list actually. If it is not the part of that, you will not get the credit. So be careful about this. I have taken here one example. What does the sun do during dawn? And one more thing for your knowledge. The number of questions I will raise here in this webinar all are from real exam, and I have collected the questions from um, exam memories, you can say. There nothing will be there like, okay, the person sit in the exam and he said, he or she has said this thing, that I got this picture and this is the correct answer for that. That's it. I don't have the pictures, but I have collected the memories. So whenever something I'm going to speak, no doubt it will be written on the screen. So kindly make the notes. It will help you. Number one, I have taken the question here. What does the sun do during dawn? Answer. First I said sunset. Immediately I got to know, this is the wrong answer. Then sunrise. Sunset, wrong answer was spoken first. Then I said sunrise. No. Software will only listen to the very first word. If it is the correct word, you will get the credit. Otherwise, no. Then, what if the question has only one word answer, but I have spoken that word, but instead of one word, I spoke 3 to 4 words, out of which one word is correct, will I get the credit? No, you will not get the credit. Because if in the answer list, it has only one word correct, definitely software will find that one word in your first spoken word. You will not get the credit. Next, what if I use articles in my answers? It is a good idea and good thing if you are taking care of all the grammar, punctuation, grammar rules, articles basically. But here in answer short questions, I will not recommend this thing. Reason? Suppose you got one picture. In that picture, um, there were some fruits, and in the audio, this speaker asked one question: which of the following is a citrus fruit? And the answer is orange. Orange is a citrus fruit, and I know orange. Oh, this is a vowel, and because of the grammar rules, I know those. So I said an orange. I'm not going to get a single score for that. No doubt, my answer is correct. You know what? Because I spoke the word in this way, an orange, and there is no such word present in the software dictionary or anywhere else whose pronunciation is an orange. But if I speak the same word in this way, an orange, only then I will get the credit. Because how the software gives you the score for each and every word that you speak for the answer? Only by recognizing the sounds of the correct pronounced words. An orange has no such word. This is the wrong pronunciation. But if I will give a small pause between these two words, definitely I'll get the credit. An orange. So be careful about this. And just because of this thing, when we are in the flow of giving the answers, usually we don't take care of all these stuff in your exam. So better not use them. I'm not only here talking about for a or an. Even there was one question whose answer is supermarket, and in the answer list PDFs which are already circulated here and there in so many groups, there the answer is written the supermarket. Actually, the software will check only supermarket word, not the supermarket. If I'm saying it in this way, the supermarket, then it is fine. But if I'm saying the word in a flow, the supermarket, no credit. So be careful about these things. try to make the notes of whatever I speak. These will help you while before your exam, 1 or 2 days before your exam, you are going through all the revision, and then read these things. You will definitely get the benefit. I'm sorry. Yes. Another question is, if my answer is a singular, but in the answer list, the answer is given in plural form, will I get the credit? No, you will not get the credit. Or vice versa. You said plural word, but in the answer list it was singular. Software understands each and everything, and it can actually differentiate the things which are singular or plural. If in the question it is asked singular, then you have to provide the answer in the singular form only. And if it is asked in the plural form, then you have to give the answer in the plural form only. So that's why be careful about all these stuff. Next, for the solution of all these questions, what to do? 60-70% questions you get in your exam, those are from the repeated material. Yes, 60-70% questions you get repeated. So it is the best idea that as such I am not aware of what the questions will be asked by the software during the exam. So why not to prepare myself for answer short questions for from the material which is actually being repeated again and again, again and again. You can get all the repeated stuff from PT Tutorials app, from PT Tutorials website, and PT Tutorials Telegram group. Everything is there, and prediction file of February month. Even yesterday, one girl gave the exam. He got almost 6 to 7 questions from that predicted file. So prepare yourself for this repeated material for answer short questions. But they can have 400-500 questions. How would I memorize, cram the answers for all those 400-500 questions? See the method. I have taken here one example. Again, this is from real question, real exam question. Question is, what do we call the place selling gold and silver? Sometimes what happens, the speaker is speaking so fast, I'm not able to capture each and everything from the audio, or I won't understand also if the audio is fast. So whenever you are practicing from uh, the repeated material, you see the word selling gold, mark it as a keyword during your practice. Highlight these words. And while even practicing for the revision, I'm saying before exam, just going to revise all the repeated material. At that time, what to do? You have already highlighted the words in one question. Not only in one, in each of the questions which are there in those PDFs, those predicted files. Keywords here are selling gold. The moment in the question you hear the words selling gold, immediately that answer should come into your mind, and it will automatically come into your mind. And the answer is jewelry store or bullion market. Any of the answer you can speak. So I'm repeating again, make a relation in the words of the question. The moment you hear those words, like in this question, if when I hear the words selling gold, immediately recall the answer and speak when you see the very first part. This is the best thing. There is no need to go through with the each and every point, each and every word while you are practicing. Selling gold, okay. Answer is jewelry store or bullion market. Next, let's practice some of the real exam question. As I said before, I have taken it from students' exam memories. I don't have pictures. Generally, I have collected all the questions which contain the pictures, and definitely pictures are not there. And that is for sure. You will not get the same material anywhere. So make notes, write down on your copies that if this comes, then this is the answer. Here is the first question. There will be a timetable. In that timetable, the speaker will be asking this question, which time does the math course start? See, as I have to give the answer in just 3 seconds, as I see the first bar on the screen, I need time to look everything in that table, and I have to even match the question and this and the image which is there in front of you. And I can take time here. Seriously, we all can take time. It is very difficult for us to just listen to the question and when side by side we are giving the answer. It is not at all possible. That's why many of us get confused. No doubt, sometimes what happens, even this thing has happened to me in my real exam. I knew the answer, but because I have to speak immediately, that's why I wasn't able to speak the correct word at that time. So, the moment you see one table, make a keyword, math course start. Answer is 11 a.m. Kindly jot down on your copies. Next question. In the picture, there are several beakers. The moment you see several beakers, which one is the biggest? Answer is 200 ml. I hope side by side you are writing it. Next question. Again, one picture. Start time is 14:15. Yes, start time is 14:15. Duration time is 3. What is the duration time of the course? So simple question, but we won't be able to judge the words what the speaker has said because I haven't understood actually if in one go just picture is there, the speaker is speaking. The start time for this is 14:15 and the duration time is 3. What will be the duration time of the course? Then what to do? As I have to speak the answer in just 3 seconds. So it is better mark the keywords, highlight the words. Start time is 14:15. The moment you hear these words, immediately you would recall it. Answer is 3 hours. Duration time is 3. Duration time of the course, again they asked the same thing which is already there in the question. 3 hours. Next, there are 3 eggs. What is the location of the special egg? You know what? I have described here the picture in the brackets because I got this question in my real exam. That's why I was aware what kind of picture I got. 3 eggs were there. Out of those 3 eggs, the very first 2 eggs from left to right when we are going, the 2 eggs were vertically placed and the last egg was horizontally placed. And what they have asked? Location of the special egg. Yes, special egg. Of course, the last one, which is placed horizontally, that would become the special egg. And answer is on the right. Or you can say in the right side. Clear? I'm repeating. 3 eggs will be there in the picture. Out of those 3, 2 eggs were vertically placed. Last egg was horizontally placed. And so last egg would become the special egg. And the answer is on the right. And one more thing. As the question was so fast, I wasn't able to understand what the speaker said. Yes. So it is better to prepare yourself for repeated material from PTE tutorials.online. Next question. There is a table. Speaker will ask, which percentage is from 50 to 100? See, I can take time to recognize the thing that where 50 to 100 is written in the table. After that, what the speaker has asked from me, that is in which section, in which column or row I will find the correct answer. I will take time. So it's better. The moment you see a table, the software a speaker is speaking the words like percentage from 50 to 100, immediately you would recall the answer, and the answer is 6.6%. I hope you are jotting it. Next, this question, do scapegoats escape or undertake the crime? With options, but you cannot understand what the speaker has said because they have used some different kinds of words. Scapegoats escape or undertake the crime. They undertake the crime. Which one is using manpower? Car, plane, or cycling? Options are given. The moment you hear this word manpower, and after that you are hearing the options, just give the answer cycling. Next, what is 1/2 of 100%? The moment you hear the keywords like 1/2 of 100%, answer is 50%. Next one, when does a sundial measure? Sorry, what does a sundial measure? Sundial, measure, keywords, time. Next one, on what geographical location would someone be living if their country is surrounded by water on all sides? Now, what can be the keywords? Geographical location, surrounded by water on all sides. Surrounded by water is the main keyword here. Answer is you are on one island. Provided you are giving all the answers with correct and clear pronunciation. Otherwise, you will not get the credit. Next question. Which of the following are real animals? Unicorn, giraffe, and mermaid. Answer is mermaid, giraffe. Unicorn and mermaid, these are just written in the books, novels, that's it. These are not real animals. Next, in which subject would you learn gravity? They will give you the options, physics or chemistry. Answer is physics. So the keyword is, the moment you hear the word in the audio, that is gravity, automatically this word will be there in your mind, physics. Muting for just 10 seconds, wait. Yes. Next question. If there are 8 black balls and 1 white ball in a jar, and I randomly pick one, which color is mostly likely to be picked? Probability question. 8 black balls is the keyword. Answer is black. Next question. What is the color of the medal if you win the competition? Keywords are color, medal, win. Answer is gold medal. Gold will be the color of the medal. Next. What can't you do after drinking? Now see, this is not the drinking water, okay? Drinking alcohol they are asking you. What can't you do after drinking? Answer is, I wrote it here, drinking, it is driving. wasn't well. That is the reason I wrote it wrong. Sorry for that. It is driving. Next one. This question yesterday, that girl got an exam. What is the verb form of the noun abstention? This is not like absent. This is another word, abstention. Answer is abstain. And this is also there in predicted file of PT tutorials. Again, repeating verb form of the noun abstention, abstain. That's it. Now your questions. He asked only duration time. That is why 3 hours. Yes. Mm. Yes, Kumar, you can say for that question, right side. You can say. How can you say that the special egg will be on the right side? Uh, why can't it be the first egg placed? Because the very first two eggs were placed in the same position. Those were vertically placed. That's why. Only one thing was different from the other two. That's why the special egg will be the last one, the right side one. What if you don't know the answer, Srinivas? Definitely at that time, whatever you will speak, one word, two word, or three words, you will not get the credit. Not at all. So in that case, just for the sake of giving the answer for each question, you can speak one word from the question itself. Can I click on the next if I don't know the answer? Yes, you can click on the next. But it is not the best idea. Just give one word at the place of not speaking something. Can I say third place for egg? Um, you can speak. I want to say one thing over here. Sometimes we are saying something, and that is also correct from our point of view. But that is not the answer which is there in the answer list. Then whether we are correct or wrong, see, software understands the synonyms also. It is not like that it doesn't understand the synonyms of the words. So you will get the credit in that case, just like third place on the right side, both are the same things. And in that case, you will get the credit. But one case is also there. Suppose the question was, you are on the ground floor and you want to go to the 13th floor of the building. What will you do? You will take blank. We Indians generally say, I'll go by lift. You know what? Lift is not actually a noun in this case. I mean to say, lift is now such word which is present as a noun in the British and American language convention. Lift is the wrong word. You have to give the answer as per British or American language convention, that is elevator. So be careful about these things. No doubt we people generally in day-to-day language, we say this thing that I wasn't able to catch the lift. No, lift is the incorrect answer. It is better to speak the same words which are there in the answer list. That is, in this case, it is elevator. How many questions will be there in each section? In each section, In speaking, they can have 40-50 questions, 30 to 45 questions. Just take an example. Read aloud 6, repeat sentences 12, read a lecture 3, describe images 6, answer short questions 10. Roundabout you get 30 to 40, 45 questions. In reading, they can have 18, 17, 18 questions. Writing, you can have overall, by including summarized written text and essays, you can have 3 to 6 questions. Yes, 3 to 6 questions. And listening, you can have 17 to maximum 20 to 23 questions. Arun, I hope you got the question answer. Could you please show the last question once again? Sure. What is the verb form of the noun abstention? That is abstain. Someone is asking, I said wrong answer and suddenly I got an answer. I told the one he can consider my answer. I have raised the same question here. See this, I think you have joined us late, that's why. What if I speak one word wrong and the next word is correct? Will I get the credit? No. Software has if in the list one word, it will only pick your first word. Whether it is correct or not, that is a secondary thing. But it will only capture your first word. If it is correct, you will get the credit, otherwise no. Someone is asking if I speak the wrong word, I'm assuming I'll not get any marks, even for vocabulary. Yes, even for vocabulary. This chain starts from the pronunciation. The moment you are speaking the word correct and clear, you will get the credit for pronunciation. Then that pronunciation +1 score is directly added to your listening. Then the percentile of that score is added to vocabulary. Then again, its percentile is added to your writing module. See, Kumar gave the answer lift. Lift is not the correct answer. As answer short question stated just after retail lecture, I missed the first answer short question, how to differentiate. Okay, see, in retail lecture, the very first line will be, you will hear a lecture. In answer short questions, the moment you move from retail lectures to the answer short question part, the very first line on the screen will be, you will hear a question. Then it will not be, you will hear a lecture. The moment you see that word, it means now the question will appear. Though I know the answer, I missed it by the time I realized it as answer short question. Jagdish, I gave the answer for this. You will not get the credit in that case. Someone is asking, Sandeep is asking, if answer has 3 words and I answer 2 of them, correct? Will I get some marks? No. Software needs all the words, provided this is not the case that the answer was the supermarket and you are saying only supermarket. You will get the credit. Software in that case, it will pick the main word. It will not take care of all the prepositions or articles. An article before the answer is good? No, Vinod, it is not good. I have cleared this thing by giving the example of an orange. Next, upon answering, we need to wait till the answer bar is completing. No, you don't need to wait for that. The moment you gave the answer, after that, just wait for 1 to 2 seconds so that the software would catch your last word and then press next. I'm sorry. Ma'am, if I have missed this class, any other source is available? Um, Karnakar sir or ma'am, I don't know. See, in the till the evening, the same lecture will be there on YouTube. So just wait for it. You can watch it for thousands of times, and you can pause it at any time. Okay, Karnakar? Ma'am, my pronunciation is slightly different, but it's correct. They accepted. See, Karnakar, if you are asking in this way, sometimes we have mother tongue influence in our speech. Software doesn't capture your words then. Giving one example, the word is America. If I'm going to pronounce this word as America, this is wrong. I have to speak this word as America. America. That is the correct pronunciation. And because of the mother tongue influence, we people used to speak this word as America. That is wrong. I will not get the credit for that. And software doesn't recognize those words, which are actually influenced by our mother tongue. All the examples you gave, only one word. To you have an example for more than one word? Um, just like the supermarket, on the right side, on the upside, below the table. If the answer is, you have to speak in that way only. If I answer the question Prakash is asking in minimal time, do I get any negative point? I'm asking about read aloud topic. The question, huh? It is not the case, Prakash. It is not at all written somewhere that you are given the time for full 40 seconds to utilize it, and you are utilizing only say 20 seconds. After that, take a pause of 1 2 seconds, then move to the next. Yes, you will get the full credit. There is no negative marking. It is not at all mandatory to cover all the full-fledged time, that is 40 seconds, in read aloud. In describe image also, after 20 seconds you can stop. There is no necessary thing that you have to speak for 35 seconds and 36 seconds. I know this thing that many videos on YouTube, they say this thing that you have to provide the conclusion. If you will not speak for 30 seconds or more than 30 seconds and describe images, you will not get the credit. That's why your score in speaking would suffer. See, from describe image, you only get Fluency Score. There is no intervened module score, just like other tasks are having. Only and only speaking score is there. And for speaking, main important thing is fluency. Software only judges one thing, whether you are fluent or not. If you are fluent, then you will get the credit. Content doesn't matter in describe images. Srinivas is saying my voice is not that clear even in my mother tongue. Do you have any tip to make the tone like yours, at least on my exam day? Thank you so much, Srinivas. But see, for this, consult one physicist. He or she may guide you better, and you can watch some videos on YouTube that how to make the voice clear. They will just give you some of the exercises. If you will do so for a couple of days, definitely you will get the benefit. And one tip that I want to give you all, if you have thin voice are generally, just like I have, generally have high pitch. And when we speak with high pitch, software doesn't understand any word, because it can only capture the words which are having the frequency range 100 to 175, 180 hertz. So that's why we have to speak with deep voice from diaphragm. So for this, one tip is there from physicists only. They used to say this thing that if we eat banana in the morning daily, our voice will become deeper. It will become heavier. I know you would be laughing at me. But generally, people ask this type of question to me. What happens if I don't complete the sentence in DIR retail lecture? Then software understands this thing that you weren't able to speak the full correct sentence. Negative marking will be there. Not negative marking, scores will be deducted. Content score will be deducted in that case. Ma'am, I saw some YouTube classes. They said that your slang and my moderate speed. It correct. Karnakar, I'm not getting your question. Use your own slang, moderate. Huh. It is not necessary that you people have to follow the slang that native speakers they used to speak with. Speak with the same moderate pace, follow the moderate pace, and speak naturally as it is. Some people speak like they know this thing that okay, read aloud, speak, read, and read the lines just by making yourself more louder. Actually, this decreases your score. And some people say this thing that flensing means you have to be fluent. And let's start speaking with so fast speed that software will not be then able to understand what you are speaking. So these are the wrong things. And if you are speaking with slang, software understands that thing also. So don't use the slangs in your speech. Don't follow the speed at which software will not be able to recognize the proper sounds of the words. In that case, your pronunciation would suffer. I have seen many score reports. People are saying um, I hadn't taken any pause throughout my speaking, but don't know why my speaking score is less. Because you are speaking like a bullet train, then software cannot do anything in that case. Simple. You have to be actually present yourself just as natural as you can. And always follow that 120 to 150 words per minute thing. If you are there in that range, definitely you will get the credit. Is there any class going to be speaking module? I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, Sakshi, we will try our best, and in the coming classes, you would get the speaking module class too. I hope I gave your all questions answer and you enjoyed the session, though it was very simple thing, answer short questions, but it's really very important that you have to take care of even one word questions too. Someone is asking from where we can find that my average words per minute is 120 to 150. You can download any app from Google Play Store, any app, which will count your words per minute. There can be a number of apps. And whose reviews will be the good one, rating will be the good one, download that one. Take care, bye bye. We'll meet you on next Saturday at 9 a.m. Thank you so much. Yeah, my health is not good. Take care, bye bye.